Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Dr. Be Good show, the show where we bring you the neat things happening in public education and at Legacy. And so one of the things is that we're in our COVID time, right? I'm putting this on for posterity. And when we look back in a year or two, we're going to go, oh, yeah, I remember those years. And we're also back in studio. This is the first time in 2.5 months, I think, that we were able to do our podcast from the studio. Of course, with social distancing and our people calling in and having to be met out in the lobby by the producer, all of that stuff is in place. So welcome back. And we're going to continue our series of bringing the up-and-coming news about Legacy so that we can over-communicate. We send you news every Wednesday. We put it on Facebook. We put it on the Legacy website. We put it on the podcast. Then we have Ilse Acosta translate the podcast when it's really, really important. And last week's was really, really important. That thing was 7 pages long. Thank you, Ms. Acosta, for that fantastic work. But we want our parents, our English-speaking parents, our Spanish-speaking parents to be part of the news gathering, and also while I'm thinking about it, be part of hearing your voice. But before we go on, let me make sure that I take the time to introduce who we have with us today. Ms. Forge, would you want to talk a little bit about who you are?
Yes, I'm Natasha Forge. I'm the College and Career Counselor at the Mesquite campus. And today I'll be talking with you guys about graduation and credit recovery.
Thank you. And Ms. Delgado?
Hi, I'm a Mesquite West High School Science Facilitator.
Thank you for being on. And Ms. George?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm the Mesquite West High School Math Algebra 1 Facilitator.
And it's good to have you. You all are going to talk a little bit about what's happening in our secondary summer school. Last week we had on people to talk about elementary, and since last week we've actually had an elementary commercial that was made, and also I believe a secondary commercial in Spanish. So we're going to run those. As we get more technical and as our teachers get more technical and more comfortable with technology, they are rapidly being able to do things like get commercials for us and marketing videos and so forth. So let's go ahead and run the English elementary summer school program video.
Hi, Legacy families. This is Miss Montgomery. I'm excited to tell you about a summer program that Legacy has put together for the kids. It begins June 3rd and runs through June 26th. And it is going to be a lot of fun. The kids are going to go on a virtual camping trip, and they're going to incorporate all of their content subjects into planning the trip, as well as their electives. So please go online and sign them up. It is going to be a blast. I hope everyone is healthy and having a great day.
All right, good. That was Miss Montgomery, 4-5 ELA teacher for Plano, and we appreciate her putting together that video. We also have Ms. Lozano from the middle school, I believe, and she's going to have a short video in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking audience.
Buenos días, padres y alumnos. Soy la señorita Lozano desde su escuela LPCA y estoy invitándolos a un evento muy especial que va a tomar lugar del 3 de junio al 26 de junio para estudiantes de kinder hasta el 8º grado. Este año es muy peculiar, ya que los llevaremos a un viaje virtual académico lleno de actividades, prácticas y oportunidades de aprendizaje para mantener su mente y cuerpo activos durante el verano. Como no podemos llevarlos a acampar físicamente, les llevaremos el campamento hasta sus hogares por medio de nuestro programa de verano. El programa incluye las 4 clases principales que son las matemáticas, lectura, ciencias y estudios sociales. Nos centraremos en aplicaciones con el mundo real y actividades interactivas que los harán sentir como si en realidad estuvieran acampando. También ofreceremos clases optativas en el que podrán elegir sus estudiantes lo que deseen explorar. Tienen la opción de elegir entre los siguientes cursos: campamento chino, donde podrán explorar la cultura china y practicar mandarín; arte digital, arte orgánica, música, bienestar, taller de teatro, liderazgo, deportes electrónicos y fotografía. También se ofrecerán programas para nuestros estudiantes dotados y talentosos, junto con nuestros estudiantes que son parte de nuestro programa de English Language Learners. Para registrarse y ser parte de nuestra increíble oportunidad, sigan el enlace publicado en la página de Facebook de Legacy, llame a nuestra oficina principal o comuníquese por correo electrónico con uno de los maestros de su hijo o hija. La inscripción es en línea y ya está abierta, y estará abierta desde hoy hasta el 26 de mayo. Esperamos que puedan ser parte de nuestro programa de aprendizaje de verano en casa. Espero verlos en nuestra primera sesión, que empezará el miércoles 3 de junio. Asegúrense de registrarse ahora.
Muchas gracias, Ms. Lozano. Nicely done. Our teachers are becoming actors and actresses as they become better at their videos. So before summer school, though, there's something has to happen, right? And so, especially for our seniors, let's go to Ms. Forge. And Ms. Forge, let's talk a little bit about our secondary kids and credit, and then we'll talk about graduation. So what do you have to tell parents about those students in 9th through 12th who, through whatever reason, we have not been able to connect with them, or they have not been online as much as they should? What is a way that they can make that up and we can still get them to the next grade in the fall?
Yes. So the state of Texas states that students have to graduate with 26 credits. So what happens is the credits are sectioned by subject. So there's like 4 credits for English, 4 for math, 4 for science, 4 for social studies. So what students don't really realize is that they only really focus on the credits. They don't focus on the subjects. So that's where sometimes when they feel like, oh, it's okay if I fail this class, that's not necessarily true, because they do need those credits for graduation purposes. So when I look over transcripts, some students may have failed the first semester of a course, but then passed the second semester. So one of our local policies is if the student passes both semesters with a grade of a 70 or above, then that's the average, then we will award them credit for the year. However, if they make a 68 or below, then they do have to pass the one subject, such as English 1A, or if they fail both A and B, then they'll have to take A and B. So we do offer that opportunity through credit recovery through a program called Edgenuity. And with Edgenuity, we have all of the core classes on Edgenuity, as well as PE and some fine arts classes. So that way we can ensure that all of our students graduate on time.
So if a parent in any grade, 9, 10, 11, 12, is unsure about his or her status, should they call you or Ms. Zambrano, depending on what school they're at?
Yes, they would want to contact the counselor. Yes.
469-249-1099 is the telephone number where any of the schools can be reached. And it is imperative that parents ask questions about credit when their child is in high school. So thank you for that. Now, I know we've had some clarification around the actual graduation ceremony.
Well, I'm just going to say one more thing to
Okay.
that, because this is very important.
Okay.
So if a student failed a course subject, such as an ELC subject course, such as English 1, English 2, biology, U.S. history, or algebra 1, if they do not complete that course this summer for, a passing grade, then if they have to take that class on Edgenuity in the fall, then they will be responsible for that ELC.
You're right. We need to emphasize that. So any child, like especially 9th grade, right? 9th grade child who, for whatever reason, is not passing 9th grade English 1, Algebra 1, biology, they must try their best to pass those courses this summer on Edgenuity so that they don't have to take the end of course test as part of the graduation requirement. This is a gift from the state, and it will never come again, right? So if they fail it by failing to go to school this summer or the end of this semester and then this summer, then they have to take it over again, and they still get to take the test, right? That should be incentive enough, right?
Yes.
So talk to us about graduation.
So we have made plans for graduation. It will be June 13th at 9:30 at the Devil's Bowl Speedway at 1711 Lawson Road in Mesquite, Texas. It is an outdoor event. We did find out information here recently stating that the cars that the parents can drive is basically just a regular car. They can't drive the party buses or the limos or anything of that nature. There's no more than 6 people that can be in the car. And that does include the senior who will actually be coming out of the car. The senior will have a health screening that we will have to ask questions such as, do you have a sore throat, loss of sense of smell, diarrhea, cough, and we're also going to take the senior's temperature. So those are the things that will take place with the seniors. Everyone else who was in the car, when they drive up, they will receive a ticket. Majority of the students who have picked up their laptops yesterday and today, and they also have who dropped them off, will also be able to pick up their ticket along with their name tag that will be in the dash. This helps with that contactless entry. There will be one entryway into the facility, which is the Devil's Bowl Speedway. Parking that will be guided as to where to park, and then once again the seniors will get out and they'll walk to a central location for that. There is not a lot of restrooms, so we are asking anyone to use the restroom prior to coming to the event, because if any person getting out of the vehicle, they will have to have their temperature checked with the health screening as well. So even though the students will have the opportunity of, well, not the students, but someone in the car will have the opportunity of decorating the car on site, because seniors will be able to come in, the cars will be able to come in as early as 8:30. We are asking them to do as much at home as possible, because whoever gets out of the car, and remember it's only one person per car that can get out to decorate, they will also have to receive the health screening as well as having their temperature taken. We are asking that they have no alcohol, no laser pointers, balloons, silly strings, or any weapons of any kind, so that we can just have a very smooth graduation. There are 2 Zoom meetings. One Zoom will be played virtually for those parents and families who are on site at the facility, and another Zoom will be for parents or family members who are at home watching it. And the seniors have received this information they have already received the information for both Zoom meetings. I think that's really about it.
So let me emphasize a couple of things. One is that only 1 car per family, no
Yes.
other car. Only 5 plus the graduate, so 6 family members may come only per car. No second car with a grandma and grandpa in the back. Nothing, no other car. They can look at it on Zoom. And then one person, the senior's going to get out of the car and sit in chairs that will be in front of it. This will be taking part in the parking lot, and we will decorate the parking lot and have a sound system and chairs for the seniors and for the board members and myself. And then
well, let me just stop you there. We're all going to be off in a central location, and then as the processional comes through, then we will come in and have a seat. Yes, ma'am.
okay, and so there's almost like a parade first or a parade after?
It's not really a parade.
Oh,
It's just them
okay.
having their cars decorated.
Okay, and then the thing to emphasize is no bathrooms, no getting out except for the senior and the person decorating the car. And we will be sending the Zoom links out so that others can watch from afar. I think we've got that covered, and of course we'll put that on Facebook. We'll send that out in the Wednesday packet. We will just over-communicate that so that everybody understands the rules going in. And we will start sharply at 9:30, correct?
That is correct.
Yes, that's very, very important. It's June. It's the temperature could get hot really fast. The kids are wearing robes on top of regular clothes. We need to start our ceremony at 9:30, and we do have Chris Henderson, a locally known motivational speaker, coming and joining us. So we will have a real ceremony, just in an unusual place this year. And I don't want to give anything away, but we do have some gifts for the seniors. So, and I hope they enjoyed their senior signs. Did everybody come? Most everybody come and pick up their senior sign?
Yes, they did. Majority of them did. And then the ones who didn't, they're able to get them this week as they're returning their laptops.
Okay.
And that's one more thing. Students who need additional time to complete their assignments, they don't have to referring to the seniors, they don't have to turn in their laptops. They will have up until June 12th to complete all of their assignments, as well as turn in their laptops on that day.
Okay. We're doing everything, it sounds like we're doing everything we can to make sure that every senior has a good, unique experience and every chance in the world to complete their work so that they can graduate.
Yes, ma'am. That's our goal.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So that leads us into why our secondary summer school is so important. And so let's talk a little bit. Ms. Delgado, I'll start with you, and go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you are working with other teachers to make secondary summer school interesting enough for the kids to want to come.
Yes, so we've been planning for 2 Saturdays in a row, and this Saturday will be our last one. We are coming together in Google Meets as a group, and we've been planning out a really interesting project for the students. A real unique driving question. I'm excited about this project because we're going to engage the students with an actual situation. It's coming among the pandemic. What would it look like? A plan in place. So even though throughout the school year we talked about viruses, this is something unique right now. And the group of teachers, we've been looking for all the options to make it so interesting for the students and engaging. So it's been quite unique because when you have to work with virtual situations, you have to become real a type of a magician to make it fun and engaging for the students so that they actually want to come to the, which is going to be very different from other years.
And this will be for credit, though.
Yes.
All right, that's important, right? That now that they're in high school, it's all about the credits. Ms.
Yes.
George, what can you add to that? Because you're math.
Yes, I want to add to that. It is a cross-curricular project we're working on that involves a real, authentic problem with what we're dealing with right now. It's the pandemic, the COVID. So we came together to create a project, a driving question. A driving question right now is how can we use our voice as well as access to information to effect change during the pandemic. So we're bringing in the ELAR aspect, we're bringing in the science, biology aspect, we're bringing in the math aspect. I know for math, we're going to encourage the students to collect data using Desmos and the TI and FIRE, and look at the COVID death rates and compare that to the flu and see the correlation, do a linear regression, and make a prediction. So basically, we're just making a prediction and coming up with the opinions as to how we can stay safe and how we can prevent this in the future. So it's really engaging, and the end product, students have a choice to do a newsletter, do a video, write a poetry about it. It's still in the works. It's not definite yet. So we're still refining this as we go along. But so far, that is what we're working on. So we're just combining all the core subjects, cross-curricular, the ELAR. They're going to be doing an expository writing on this, biology, looking at viruses, Algebra 1, looking at the data. We're going to be looking at graphs, tables, and charts, and presenting all that. So yeah,
Now,
I've been telling my
go ahead.
I've been telling my students that it's It's for everybody. The summer learning is for everybody, not just for the ones that are invited here.
That's right,
all-
because all of our students are going to have a gap caused by them being home. Even our best students who have been working every day with us are not going to be in front of teachers and haven't been in front of teachers for as much time as they would have if they had gone to school, right? And so the need to continue high-level instruction with them through the end of June is imperative. And thank you for being part of the summer school planning and all of you doing your best to bring a cross-curricular, highly engaging, highly relevant project to our students. Now, you all know that I've been talking to you guys in Zoom during our Friday meetings about the fact that school is not going to look the same next year. We don't know quite yet. I think we're getting a little bit better idea of what it might look like, but you all have heard me say, and I hope that you're taking me up on it, that the skills around technology and project building and getting your projects on Echo, that you guys are either learning better, learning for the first time, will continue in the fall. You all remember my saying that?
Yes.
And so how do you guys feel about the fact that this is the type of project work that teachers need to be doing all the time in case we have a situation next year where we have some students who stay home and learn from home, while we have some students who come to school, maybe not every day, maybe every other day. How do you guys feel about that?
I can say that this entire experience has taught us to become better teachers, virtual teachers at this point, because we've been writing projects for more than a year now, but doing virtually is totally different. So this experience has prepared us really good. If the case is we're going to be doing hybrid school next year, then we're better prepared, and we have a ton of resources that we gather in these few months. So I feel excited about that. And even if we go back to regular school, I feel more prepared on projects because I have more resources now that I used to work with before.
Nice. Ms. George, how do you feel about it?
Yes, I feel I feel really good about this because, well, thanks to the situation, the entire COVID situation prepared us for virtual school. And I tell the kids, you're going to be ready for college when you sometimes you need to do online classes. You know, I am learning as I echo and everything. And, you know, the things I did not know I was doing face to face, but I'm learning as I go. And I see some students who are really good virtual learners and some who are still struggling with virtual learning. And that is the way forward now. So this entire experience will prepare me when school opens, because I know how to do I know how to connect with my students virtually. I know how to make those connections with my students and my parents. You know, I know how to what I have to do to get them engaged virtually. So it has really prepared not only me, but the rest of everyone, all the school teachers and also the students as well, with what will be happening in the fall should we continue with virtual learning.
You're exactly right. So ladies, it sounds like you've embraced the new norm, which is not all the way created yet, but we're getting there. I'm almost positive that we will see school, and maybe we need to look at it as those that do better in virtual learning should stay virtual learning from now on, because we have found the way to teach them better. And then we have less kids in the school building while we have the virtuals at home, and that leads to smaller groups for the teachers to work on those skills that, especially now during COVID slide, have shown that they're weak, and so we need to work on them. And so thank you for coming on and for sharing your excitement around the summer school and about the coming school year. I can tell that you're as curious and ready as I am. So we only have a few minutes left, as I mentioned before the podcast. 30 minutes feels like 5. So I did want to mention a few more things. We have the survey. Parents, I've not gotten enough of you to fill out the survey, telling me what you think about some different school models, telling me what you think about virtual school versus at school. And so please, I put the link back in the post with this podcast. Also, we have, starting tomorrow, we have the sort of, what do you call them, crossover bridging parades for grades kinder, 5th grade, and 8th grade. I think there's some kinders tomorrow. I think kinders are tomorrow. 5th grade is Thursday. 8th grade is Friday, I believe. But make sure, I don't want to tell you wrong, look at your Wednesday packet information. If you don't have your Wednesday packet information, you can check your emails. We send school messenger out every Wednesday. We also put it online on the Facebook page. We have been sending quite a bit home through messenger lately because we want to over-communicate with you. So please, if you don't have any emails from us, call the school or call Margaret Griffin, M. Griffin, let me make sure I said that right, so that she can check you in the system. Margaret Griffith, MGRIFFITH @legacypca.com. She's over our student information system. She manages the big software that holds all the 1,600 kids' names and family names and emails and all that. So either call the school and talk to Roxanne or call Margaret, okay? And let's get your email corrected so that you can be part of that information overload this time of the year and this type of year. Of course, the last day of school is Friday, except for seniors who owe us work. A parent asked about how to sign up for summer school. Signing up for summer school is you either scan it. You'll notice the summer school flyers have a scanning thing in there. You just take your phone and scan it, or it's got a link in there and you click on the link. So that's easy. Those of you who are not going to go to summer school, which I hope most of you will, because we can't stop the learning, not this year. You can start dropping them off after Friday. We will continue to be a summer feeding site for Mesquite and Plano, so that's good for you all to know. And I'm having a parent meeting tomorrow. I'm having 2 parent meetings, one at 9 and one at 6. And so please join us. We're sending out the Zoom links today. Some of you in the survey said you can do, no, not 9, 12 noon and 6 p.m. tomorrow. I'm having Zoom parent meetings. And so if you have questions or concerns, you can write them in the chat there. But we'll be going over a lot more of this because, again, we need to over-communicate. I don't get the same parents every time in the different vehicles of communication that I use. Oh, well, here we are, 3:29, and I've got 1 minute again to say thank you to Ms. Forge, to Ms. Delgado, Ms. George for coming on and for letting us know how ready they are to give your kids quality summer school this summer, starting June 3rd. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow on the parent meetings.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ask Dr. Be Good show. For more information on Legacy Preparatory Charter Schools, visit our website, legacypca.com, or call 469-249-1099. And remember to like us on Facebook, where we stream live weekly Tuesdays at 3 p.m.